Today we're looking at an Oroblanco grapefruit. This variety was developed as a cross between an acidulus pomelo and a white seedy grapefruit. It was started as a project in 1958 at UC Riverside and was, after a number of years of selection and refinement, released to the general public in 1980. The name Oroblanco is typically written as one word, although it comes from two Spanish words that translate to white gold, and that refers to the color of the flesh, which we'll be able to see once we cut one of these open. The tree next to me is relatively young. It's been in the ground for about 3 years now and has been producing from a young age. This year it had 7 pieces of very large fruit, 3 of which are still hanging, and I have got one in my hand. The fruit can be harvested probably from about December into the spring. I prefer to wait a little later into that period. We're now in mid-February, and I think it's about peak ripeness. In fact, the one that I have in my hand here, I barely touched and it fell off into my hand. So that's usually a good sign of ripeness. The tree will also bloom in the spring. It'll have very nice white flowers, so it's very pretty to look at, but the flowers are also fragrant, and it's just a joy to walk by them in the spring. All right, let's cut this one open and see what it looks like on the inside. Here are the 2 Oroblancos that I picked today. They're huge. The one on the left is just over 2 pounds, and the one on the right is just over 1.5 pounds. As they're fairly similar, I'll take the smaller one for a closer look. The skin will start out green and then transition to a greenish yellow before maturing to a full yellow, as you see here. It's finely dimpled all around and yields to pressure a little bit, so my guess is that it's going to be fairly thick. All right, let's cut it open and see what it looks like on the inside. I have to take this huge bread knife to it because the smaller knives just wouldn't do it justice. I could probably have just straight peeled it, but I wanted to show you a cross section. You can see the pith is quite thick, and then the flesh inside is a nice light yellowish color. So as I mentioned outside, it corresponds to its Spanish translation. There are very few seeds. I think I see just a couple on this piece on the left, but not that many. And then let me see if I can peel one of these so I can try it on camera. Ooh, it's pretty thick. There it goes. So it actually comes off pretty easily. It's thick to work with, but peels relatively easily. All right, so there's some of the flesh. I'm going to try this piece and let you know how it tastes. All right, I've gotten to taste a couple of the segments. I got no seeds in them. The fruit was sweet. It was very juicy, but it does have some of that bitterness and aftertaste that I associated with grapefruit. Now, for me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of grapefruit. Of the varieties that I have sampled, though, this is the best one. So if you're a grapefruit fan or just looking to grow one of the better grapefruit varieties, Oroblanco might be a good choice for you. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching.